Hey, my name is Dee Williams, and I am here today to talk to you about recruiting and staffing, one of my favorite topics. And first, I want to say thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate your time and your energy and your presence, and I hope that this will be a great interaction. I believe that it will be. Today, in particular, I'm here to talk about business development because that's really one of the biggest questions that I get in phone calls, on social media, phone calls, different things like that. The first thing people talk to me is like, how do I get the business? How do I get my first contract? I know people, D. I got people for days. I know a million people that need jobs, but how do I get the business? And I want to talk a little bit about that today because I think that there is sometimes people come with their own perceptions of what it's like or what it's not like. And I took some notes here, some things that I definitely wanted to cover during this call before we get into the topic of business development so that you will understand business development a little bit better. So I want you to relax a little bit, first of all. I'm sitting in my chair, in my comfy space, because we're going to be here not for a long time, but get your pen and paper because I think that you're going to want to take a couple of notes, and I definitely want to help you along in this journey as you become a staffingpreneur or you're growing yourself as a staffingpreneur if you already have your own agency. So let me get started. So first thing, notes, and I'm looking at my notes. The first thing that I wanted to tell you and is that, if you're going into this business or if you're in this business and you don't have a clear idea that you are a matchmaker, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You are the matchmaker in this business. Now, I tell my clients, you are the Olivia Pope, right? For my Scandal fans. But the reality is that you are the matchmaker, whether you see that or not. You're the recruiter. You're the staffing manager. You're the person in between the client and the candidate, the person that needs someone in that position and the person that's looking for a position. The boss, the employee, you are the middle person, you're the mediator, and you're the matchmaker. And so you've got to look at this business as a matchmaking business. Now, I have had some coaches say to me, D, wait a minute now, or I can see that on the executive search side, or I can see that on the permanent or direct hire side, but on the contract side, you've got to move so fast, you really don't have the time to be a matchmaker. And I like to say respectfully, then you're in the wrong business because this is a people business. These aren't products, they're people. They're people with lives who depend on someone like you to come in and to find them that next opportunity, or that person from that company is depending on you to help make their job easier, to help make them look better in front of their boss. So you're dealing with people. So this is a matchmaking business, and I wanted to make sure that I really gave you an idea, so that you can kind of understand what this business is really about. If you're not into matching people, if that doesn't excite you, you understand, then you may not like this business, not in the capacity of being a staffingpreneur. Maybe you're more of a sourcer or researcher for the industry, or you're managing the business and other people that have the passion and are running it for you. But if you're a staffingpreneur and you're looking to be in the business, in the grind of the day, and recruiting and business development and operations and sourcing and the whole gambit, then you have to understand that you're the matchmaker. Also, I want to tell you before we go into business development that in light of the conversation of being a matchmaker, I have to tell you that I talk to hundreds of people. I come across a lot of people, literally, that are interested in this business, but they come to me with this mindset of, can they do it? Or if it works? Or, and it's so weird because they come to me almost like this is some type of affiliate, not affiliate, but multi-level marketing business, or, I don't know. And I have nothing against multi-level marketing. I mean, I am a multi-level marketer in other businesses, but this is a business that you don't come in the door with that lack mindset, and you don't come in the door with the mindset of, is this going to work, or so frantic about how it's going to work that you've already defeated yourself. And I'm seeing that a lot, and I'm hoping that those individuals that have reached out to me, or if you're just in that space, that you can pull yourself out of that now. Because the reality is the fact that you're even thinking about starting a business means that it's something that you want to do. You wouldn't be watching this video if it wasn't something that you wanted to do. So it's time to really take control of your thoughts and your actions, and to really step out there with no fear. And I know that's scary for some people, but you've got to do this with no fear and not focus on the how, because you're here to get the instruction, right? You'll go to staffingpreneursacademy.com and get the instruction. You'll sign up for a one-on-one coaching class with me, or you'll buy a product or a service, or you'll go to another coach. I don't care. You'll get the instruction. I don't want you to think about the how and focus on that. I want you to think about, well, at least don't think about the how as in, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? I want you to think about the how as if, how am I going to make this happen? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but you really want to look at it like you already know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of how, not as in, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Like, this is never going to work. Okay, I hope that makes sense. You've got to live the role before you even start this business. So I can always kind of tell when people call me whether or not they're going to do great in this industry, because if they are in the space of how am I going to get the clients? Like, I don't really understand. I've heard through the grapevine that it's hard to get the client. It's easy to get candidates, but it's hard to get clients. They've already come into this with a different type of energy, and I have some people that come in and say, I saw your video, Dee, but that just doesn't seem possible. Or I know that, the numbers seem like they work, but if I can just make $25,000, I would be happy. Oh my gosh, those calls drive me crazy. But such a limited mindset, and not even setting a goal for yourself to go further than that. Why 25? Or why just 250? Why not 2.5? Who can define your reality? What's realistic for you of what you can do? You're the only person that can put these boundaries on yourself. And the reason why I'm having this conversation is because that's what they are. People come in with their already established limits through their thought process. And that's exactly how the business is going to turn out for them. And I see it all the time. But the people that come in like, I'm going to do this business and I need the information from you so that I can see how I can put my ideas together with what you're telling me to make this business work. They're like always, you're talking 30 grand in your first month. You're talking 40,000 in 3 months. You're talking 900,000 in your first year. You're talking just no limits, just going. And some with a job, with a full-time job. So it's like, it's all in the mindset, that you come into this industry, knowing who you are. Are you a staffingpreneur, or are you someone looking to thinking and hoping and, oh my gosh, and to be a staffingpreneur? Or are you? Are you going to succeed in this business, or are you, that person that is hoping, praying, wondering if, doubting, not sure? Also, if you can't say that you're going to be a staffingpreneur and you are this person if you're thinking about the past failures. I love when people come to me and say, Dee, I started this business before and it failed, but I'm back again because I know that it can work. Those individuals, you see it, you can see it, it's just bam, because that fire, that energy in them is riled up. They didn't give up. They just said, the way I did it the first time didn't work. Maybe this time I'll hire a coach, or maybe this time I'll do things a little bit differently. You see, they are it. They are that staffingpreneur. But the individuals that call me and tell me, oh, I lost this. Do you know how much money I lost in this last business? Oh, I've tried 1,000 businesses and they didn't work. Oh, they've already come in with a mindset and an energy that is not going to allow them to be successful. I don't really care for those stories. I care for the ones that say, I failed before, but I'm back again. I didn't succeed the first time, I'm back again, or the second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth. Like, you just don't give up. You just keep going until it works, right? I mean, I know I'm sounding kind of strong on that, but because I know that, because I've lived that. And sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down, and that's okay. You just have to grow and you have to learn and you have to be. And the part that I've learned, and then I'm not going to beat this horse, but what I've learned, what success really is, it's how you feel about yourself and how you see yourself. And then everything else in your world will become what you want it to be. I'm kind of getting teary-eyed because it's just true. You know, success is really about what you believe and who you believe that you are. And if you take that and believe that and rehearse that and be that, then your business will be everything that you want it to be. Everything will fall into line. And you don't have anything to worry about because you know that this is who you are. Not who you're meant to be. This is who you are. Okay, I'm not going to get excited. This is not where I wanted to take you. Okay, third thing I wanted to say before I dive into business development. Okay, so also key in this business, you really have to see, in line with what I was just saying, you have to see yourself making placements, and you have to see yourself making the match, and you've got to see yourself making the money. So if you join staffingpreneursacademy.com and you start to watch the videos that are there, you start in the startup section, and you'll see that I start every session off with a moment of meditation, because this business is a mental business, it's a people business, and it requires you to tap into your creative energy so that you're saying the right things, so that you're doing the right things, so that you're constantly doing it for the right reasons. And so, you know, I kind of lost my train of thought, but I think you know where I'm going with this, right? And so what I want to say is that you've really got to take the time to meditate and to rehearse who you are and who you choose to be. And you want to rehearse the scenarios that you desire. And you want to feel joy or feel the level of excitement that you would feel when you were making those placements, and you stay in that space all day while you're in this business, and you can be very successful, you know, and that is why and how I was successful in the recruiting industry, because I wasn't always meditating, but in my mind, I knew exactly what I wanted to, and I would rehearse it. Now I've become more of a creator, and I understand I have way more power and way more control when I focus my energy in that direction. Okay, things happen that you can't even imagine, and it really starts your day. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm so full. I don't know if you can feel it, but I am so full, and I want to share so much. Please take the time before you start your day and focus on what you desire for your day to look like, and stay in that energy throughout the course of the day, knowing that everything is going to happen the way you want. And the moment those thoughts in your mind come, it's like, oh, this isn't going to work. Oh, I can't get anybody on the phone. Oh, I didn't get my job order. I didn't get the meeting, or I didn't make a placement. You kick it out. Change. You tell it change. Change it. Change. That is not the thought. I'm going to get this. This is going to be so awesome. I can feel it. I can see myself succeeding, making the placements, connecting the people, get on the line and you start talking. Hey, remember these videos? Hey, John, how are you? Listen, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day today. John is going to be blown away because most of his phone calls don't even start off like that. He might even be a little irritated because he's not used to those types of calls at work. But you have to embrace, you've got to step out of your corporate belt and you've got to become a person. Okay, become a human, talk to another person, because there are people on that other end of the line that need you. And just some of them don't know that they need you, but you know that they need you and you want to help them, both the client and the candidate. So put yourself out there and pick up the phone and start dialing and be the person that you want to be. And see yourself making the placements. See yourself making the matches. See yourself making the millions. Feel good about it. I know y'all laughing at me. Don't laugh, but you got to feel it. Like, oh, I know I'm going to do this. This business is going to be. It's going to, oh my gosh, like get amped up about it. And even if you are not like a visual person or I am very animated. I am passionate. I speak passionately about things, about, I guess, everything that I love. And so I'm animated. Before I get started in the morning, I'm like, oh, today is going to be a great day. Oh, I am going to meet the best people who really want to do some amazing things with their business. And even if I don't feel that excitement, I got to rev myself up to get there because feeling good about this matters. It matters. Okay. All right. Woosah. Y'all gonna get me here walking the floors. I'm telling you, it's serious business. Y'all gonna have me in here walking the floors. You see my hands already going. Okay. The other thing. Okay, so 4. So I gave you 3 things so far. 1, you are the matchmaker. 2, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself that the business is going to work. You have to believe that you are the CEO. Listen, you can't go in and say that you're the owner of a company if you can't walk the walk and talk the talk, right? Hello. Then you go all in timid. We're not going for that, all right? You are the CEO. Bill Gates, you don't see him walking around timid. You see him handling his business. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you are the staffingpreneur. You are the CEO. The third one I said is that you have to see yourself making the placements, making the match, making the money, visualizing, meditating, being in that energy, being in that positive space, right? And then the 4th thing that I want to say is now it's time to do. I can get you revved up. I can get you energized. Oh, D, yes, I'm ready. But are you willing to pick up the phone 1,000 times a day? Are you willing to stay up late at night and search so that you can source and find that right candidate? Are you willing to take the time to research the client before you call them so that you're not spamming them via the phone? So that you're not another cold caller or another, agency trying to get business just to get the check. But you're genuinely interested in what this customer does and how you can be a positive force in the growth of this company. Like, what are your true intentions? Okay, I'm going to stop there because I get excited. You've got to do. Are you willing to do the research? Or are you just wanting to get the business license and then just start making calls off the break and know nothing about what's going on with the customer? Do they even need you? How many people do they have? How large is their team? What type of projects are they working on? Are you willing to do that research? Okay, we're talking about business development. That's what we're ultimately talking about. And I've said all of these things because, they are the precursor to business development. Let me start a little bit with matchmaking. Okay. If you had an opportunity to hook your best friend up with someone, anybody, 7.3 billion people on this earth, you have a whole gold mine here, right? Fish for days. So your best friend is depressed or sad and he's like, or she's like, I'm ready for a mate or I just don't want a mate because I haven't met anybody who's going to do me the way I want or whatever the case may be. you start to feel this energy on the inside, like I gotta help him or I gotta help her, right? And you start going out and start looking for that match. What's the first thing you do? Because I know you just don't go up and walk up to someone and say, hey, my best friend's single, you wanna meet him. I mean, I think that's funny and it could be cute in some ways and you could luck up. But the reality is if you really love that best friend, you're going to start taking notice of what they like and what they don't like, what's worked for them and what hasn't worked for them. You're going to start doing some research and having strong conversations with them. Even if you don't tell them that this is what you're looking to do, that this is how you're giving back, you're still going to start asking different types of questions so that you know exactly what to find, okay? And then when you go out there and you start talking to people, you're going to sit there, and you're going to ask questions. And so what about this? What do you like? So what would you do if such and such and such happened? So how do you feel about that? So you're going to go out and you're going to start entertaining and asking other people the right questions to see where that match comes into play. Am I right? Recruiting and staffing is not that different. I don't know that all of the agencies that are out there today really recognize that this is still a people business and that people want to be matched with the right opportunity and not just a opportunity. I'm not sure if most businesses are functioning that way, but that's why I became a trainer and a coach, because that's how I ran my desk and that's how I ran my business. And I could see a difference in how many placements I made. I could see a difference in the relationships that I built with the candidates. I watched my business grow. I watched my desk grow because of the relationships that I built with my candidates. When we talk about business development and we talk about building relationships and matching, you have to have just a stronger relationship with the candidate that you're looking to place than you have to do with the client. It sometimes frustrates me when people call and say, how do I get the client? Because if this is a people business and you're placing people into jobs, wouldn't it be, how do I get the candidate? Like, your candidates are your capital. And you can't tell me that, oh, I know 1,000 people and that you believe that the client that you meet is going to want those specific 1,000 people, because everyone has something specific that they're looking for. Now, granted, those 1,000 people are going to be great, but they may not be what your client is looking for. Or you may have to go out and find the exact match that candidate needs. So the people that you have may not necessarily match up. So you have to go out and be the matchmaker and find that match, find the connection. And that's one of the things that I really wanted to share with you guys about business development when you start to go into this business. You can have 10 million job orders. You can go in and start a business right now and have 10 million job orders. You will be working reactively, looking for candidates based on what those clients have. And if you can't find those candidates, you're not going to fill those jobs. And you don't have a business. However, if you have 10,000 candidates and no job orders, you can go and create profiles just like your best friend and go out and find the match or something close and then match the two, and you always have a job order. Do you understand? And I'm not saying that it's not cool to go and get the job order first, but isn't it cool to have what they already want? Maybe somebody that you can at least start with, people that you are building relationships with, that even if they're not a fit, they can direct you to the fit. And while they're doing that, if you build a strong enough relationship with them, of course they would introduce you to who they worked for in their past job, and their past job and their past job, or maybe even who they work for now. And when that person dives in and decides to become a manager, do you believe that they would use your agency? All because of that candidate relationship that you initially started out with? I want you to understand, when you think of business development, while you will focus on your clients as a form of business development, understand that your candidates are your capital. And I'm taking my time as I say this because I really want you to understand what I'm saying. Your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital. Why, D? Why are my candidates my capital? Your candidates are your capital because they are a referral source. They can refer you to clients. They can refer you to other great talent. They are a referral source, okay? Your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital because they can refer you, because they can be placed. Hello, they're a potential placement. They're a potential placement today, right now. You can potentially submit them. A submittal is your key. You can potentially submit them to a client. Your candidates are your capital, okay? Why are your candidates your capital? Your candidates are your capital because not only can you place them today, but even if you do not place them today and they land a job somewhere else, they now become a referral source, a hiring manager. That your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital because, oh my gosh, I can give you reasons for days. Your candidates are your capital because I can give you reasons for days. I really got to make this video short and I'm getting excited. Your candidates are your capital. I think you know where I'm going with this. Okay? Your candidates are your capital. As you're on the phone with them, you should be looking to do 3 things: place them, referral, and networking. So placement, networking, and referral, and business development. And business development meaning, where have you been interviewing, right? Because you can't submit them now to any place that they've already been interviewing. So where have you been interviewing? You want to find out what their landscape has been and has been. Those are automatic referral engines for you because now you're aware of companies that are hiring potentially for the same skill set that's within your niche. Okay. Also, you want to have a strong enough, it should be building the relationship to network for referrals. Okay. And it should be building the relationship so that you're profiling that candidate with the potential of placing them now or in the future. Then you can add them to your pipeline, and there's someone that you can reach out to consistently, keeping an eye on them, continuing to build the relationship with them so that you can continue to grow your business and you can continue to grow them. Do you understand? Your candidates are your capital. Now, I'm not taking anything away from your clients because the reality is that those clients started out as candidates. If they don't own the business, if they're a CEO or below, and they don't own that company, someone hired them in there. They started out as a humble candidate looking for a new opportunity. You see, you're not the bad guy. You are the matchmaker. You understand both sides of the story. You could easily change your strategy just a little bit, and instead of reaching out to the clients like every other staffing agency about getting the job, you could reach out to them, you could reach out to them about their dream job, their dream opportunity. Ooh, I had something in my eye. You see that? Is it out? Okay. Is it better? Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay. So does that make sense? So, they are going to want another job at some point. They're going to need a recruiter at some point. Like, be strategic in this business. If you're going to do business development, don't just do the old school method of spamming people. Have some strategy around what you want to do with business development. Do research. How can you pick up the phone and call someone and just introduce yourself and tell them that you want them to do business with you? I'm going to keep it 100% real. If you look at this, if you look at that mythology, I'm going to just relate it to dating since we're talking about matchmaking. I'm a female, I'm a single female, okay, and I know how I want to be approached. If a guy walked up to me and just like slapped me on the ass and took my hand and tried to put me in his car and introduce me to his mom and expect me to marry him and have his baby on the first day, I would be like, what the? You already know it would be some problems going on, right? Well, that's kind of how you come across when you pick up the phone and you call somebody, especially when you're calling about sales, like in the middle of their workday, like like they don't know you. It's really abrasive, and it's not, it's not becoming of you. You're not going there even knowing what's going on with them. You don't have any idea. You're just spamming them. It's just like the guy who would potentially approach me that way. But if a gentleman came up to me and, said, hey, my name is D and I saw it, or my name is whatever, and I saw you from afar and man, you are absolutely stunning. First of all, I'm going to probably stop, because who doesn't like a great compliment, right? You know what I'm talking about. After that, I'm going to say thank you. I really appreciate that. But that's going to allow me to take my guard down a little bit. The same thing with your caller, right? And then if he says, I want him to, ask me questions. Because if he's just talking, rambling on and on and on and on, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But if he's asking me, so how was your day today? Or, did you know that such and such and such? Or, I saw somebody across the street and I mentioned she's beautiful and they said that you worked for such and such. And I was wondering, how do you feel about your job? Just something where he's engaging in a conversation with me. And especially if it's something about something that I'm interested in. So maybe he notices that my phone is purple, the cord for my phone, my headphones are purple, my purse is purple, my shoes are purple. And after he compliments me, he says, purple's my favorite color. Or I noticed that you're a fan of purple. I read somewhere that purple was the sign of queendom. Of royalty, something that related to me. I'm really going to take the time to hear what he has to say. And then if he goes as far as, let me give you my number, give me a call, or may I have your number, set up a time for us to have a further conversation. I want you, and my point is, and I'm not looking for a date or anything, but my point is that when you look at talking to a client in business development, don't take the old school route. You're ultimately looking to build a relationship, because this client too was once a candidate, and your candidates are your capital. Okay? And not only that, your candidates today become your clients tomorrow, and your clients today become your candidates tomorrow. So, if you look at this from a relationship, like, or looking to build a relationship with someone, you can kind of look at it like dating. Now, I don't know if dating still goes that way, because I look at something, I don't watch TV, but I see things out there, and guys come up. It's totally different. I guess maybe I'm becoming old school. I don't know when to say that, but maybe I'm becoming old school. But when I think about traditionally, how a respectful man would approach a young lady who he has an interest in, or a young lady even is we're in 2015, who is approaching a gentleman, there is a level of respect and there's a level of interest, and you should really approach your clients in the same manner. Now, don't have your little sexual swag going on, for goodness sakes, but have a genuine interest in getting to know them and seeing what they need and developing that relationship. I mean, I can go further on with this conversation about how, that should go on. As a matter of fact, let me just take a couple of more minutes, and I got to go because I have a client and I don't want to miss them. But let me take that conversation a little bit further. That guy that potentially would date me, or that may be looking to date you, or that female that you're looking to date, or what I'm saying. there's going to be an exchange of information. And he, in my opinion, for me, would be courting me, right? He would maybe text me a couple of times and, engage me and have a few conversations with me, maybe send me, something, an article that he read that was interesting, or invite me to a bookstore. We can talk about metaphysics and neurology, neuroscience, or and over time, as we get to know each other, then we'll go out and see each other, he and I. And over time, our friends will come in to the picture. And then over time, family will come into the picture. And then things will progress. But notice that there is a progression there. And I hear salespeople all the time say, go straight for the sale. Ask them, can you get the sale? That's not going to work. And it may work, but I'm telling you, is that business going to last? It'll last a lot longer if you build a relationship. So I want you to take the time. I want you guys to look at developing a rotation schedule. I teach how to develop and how to use your rotation schedule at Staffingpreneurs Academy. I teach it in my one-on-one training. I teach it in my products. That's really going to be the key to your business development, is developing the relationships with the individuals, getting to know them, profiling them, looking for the match, and the rotation, calling them. It takes 7 times for somebody to want to buy from you. It takes 5 times for them to remember your name, and 3 times for them to, no, 5 times to remember what you're selling, and 3 times to even remember your name. If you've only called once or twice, you're never going to grow the business. And finally, if you're not researching, you're 10 steps behind, because there are people out here that are running this business and they're strategizing. They have strategy behind the business. They know what's going on. They're calling people in the industry, in the business, finding out what's going on. They're learning their market. They know who their top candidates are. They know their candidates. They know they don't just have 10 million candidates in their applicant tracking system. They have pipelines of individuals that they talk to, and they know that are on a consistent rotation as well. And they're helping them grow their business. They're not working hard trying to get the client, because the clients are coming to them. I'm not going to say anymore. I'm not going to say anymore. If you don't understand that your candidates are your capital, and just about everyone that you're working with is a candidate of some sort, if you don't understand that building the relationship is imperative, if you don't understand that finding a commonality before you pick up the phone and talk to that person, and knowing what they like so that you can engage with them and have a conversation and start the process of building a relationship the way you would the opposite sex, or the way you would want the opposite sex to approach you, except no sex attached. It's just for jobs. If you don't understand now that you are the matchmaker, y'all gonna get me in here walking, then I'm telling you that you might as well find something else to do, because this business is a people business. This is a people business. It is not just a transaction. You are a matchmaker. Now, in staffing, yes, there's a strong sense of urgency. That's why I typically tell my clients, get to know your candidates first, pipeline first, before you ever talk to a client, so that you'll have an engine that's working for you outside of the job boards. Because if you're thinking that in 2015, all you have to do is post jobs to get candidates and they're going to just come in flooding, honey, you are so far behind. This is not 2005. This isn't 1995. This is 2015. There's mobile phones. There's social media. There's so much out there. People aren't just running to get a job, especially not in the professional services space, which is where your money is. Okay? Which is where your money is. So you have to understand that you want to build strategy. You've got to understand that you want to build relationships. You got to understand that you've got to go out and talk to people and meet people and develop relationships. You got to be on the phone developing relationships. You got to be on social media developing relationships. You got to be at the networking events developing relationships. You got to be at the grocery store developing relationships. This is a people business, okay? You can do this business. You can do this business and you can do amazing in this business. And there are no limitations on how far this business can take you. But you've got to understand that this is a people business. So when I teach recruiting and training and we talk about business development, we have a live business development seminar, webinar that's coming up. It's a 2 or 3 day. Let me see. I think I'm almost sure. All right, hold on. Y'all see my calendar here. That there is a live business development. Let me just see. E-learning. I know it's Staffingpreneurs Academy. I should know this. Oh, hold on. I'm over here going crazy. Let me pull this up. Here we go. At elearning.staffingpreneursacademy.com. You have an opportunity if you're interested in learning more about business development and signing up for that class. It is, I'm trying to pull this up now so it can show the date. We do this once a quarter. And you can just chime in. It is, I think, a 2-day event. My computer is moving so slow, so you have to bear with me today. Okay, here we go. This is the business. So, okay, so it's June 19th is the next training that's coming up. And I would encourage you, I'm going to send this out to Twitter. And look, nobody's here. Y'all need to be here. Y'all need to be here. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to tweet this right now while I'm live online with you. I'm on the Staffingpreneurs Academy website. And, actually I'm on the D. Williams, but I want to go in and that's the follow. That's not the share. Hold on. Let me tweet it. Share the joy. I want to share this because we all need you want to get a good idea of how to grow this business. And I gave you guys a lot. I was throwing in so many hints and tips and cues and all types of stuff, to give you to work with. And I encourage you to run this video, replay this video 1,000 times so that you can hear those hidden messages and to start developing your own strategy around what you believe this business can be for you. And this thing is taking forever, so I guess I'm not going to tweet it with you guys on the line. But the website is elearning.staffingpreneursacademy.com. And I think the cost is like $300 or $350. Okay, 3-day event. So we start on a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday from, it looks like from, on that Friday, it's from 1 p.m. to 3:30, and then Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 1. So we're hanging out for a while together. Also, I want to let you know that, and let me just see, buy tickets here. Let me just go there. Okay, great. So a standard ticket without one-on-one coaching just to attend the webinar is $399. But if you want to attend the webinar with other coaching sessions, with addendum with coaching sessions, and I think it comes with 2 hours of coaching, then we can definitely do that, and the price is $599. So I just wanted to throw that out there at you. Also, I want to remind you to join Staffingpreneurs Academy.com. Okay, as you know, my business is Identifies Consulting, and I really focus that business on my corporate clients. They are ready for me to come back and get on planes, trains, automobiles, and to travel and to help grow their staffing agency businesses. So I will be on Staffingpreneurs Academy live every Friday starting May 1st. For individuals who are members and not members, okay? So if you're a non-member, you just want to hang out with me to talk about starting up the staffing agency business, I'm there Fridays. Visit Staffingpreneurs Academy. You can go in teleclasses or webinars. You can sign up for the academy and so many different facets. It is not complete I'm going to tell you right now that you are assisting me with completing it by attending the webinars. So when you join Staffingpreneurs Academy, you get live webinars, interactive with me. And for the next 3 months, I'll be doing them every day of the week so that we can build this academy together. And because I love talking to people and I love training and I love coaching. And so I said that for every part of this business, on getting this business started up and going, I'm going to develop a webinar, and you have the opportunity to join. And then you have the opportunity to catch all the webinars that you didn't get to catch as well. So it's going to be very exciting. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how this is set up, so that you'll know, because we've changed it. I'm changing it every day to bring more and more value to you on this academy. Okay, so you can come in for free. And for the free membership, literally, we have sections. Almost in every section of the academy, there are some items that I have opened purposefully and kept open for you, so that you can get some free items. Everybody doesn't have the budget today, but they have the desire today. And all it starts is with a little bit of desire. So here you can have access to the checklist, which I have another video that's coming out that talks about the checklist and how you go through it. We talk about the mindset. You guys know I'm in a very positive space, and really all about sharing my energy with you. You know, I get excited. Understanding recruiting and staffing, the list goes on. You also have access to the community forum and the live startup teleconference. So if you're here and you're a member of Staffingpreneurs Academy and you're just catching this, there are changes taking place on the back end. If you haven't received your update email, you got to get into conversation with people. There are over 300 staffingpreneurs. I would like to see 1 million staffingpreneurs all making $1 million a year. That or more. That is my dream. That is my goal, my desire. And I know that can happen. We also have a telecast membership that's $19.99 a month. That allows you for 2 live telecasts per month. And you can listen to the past recorded teleclasses, and you also have an opportunity to access the community forum as well. So if your budget is really low and you really just want to kind of hear what's going on in the business, and you only have enough right now, notice I say right now, to get started at the telecast level, then join. If you are already in the business and you don't need anything full blown, you just want to catch the telecast calls, and you just want to chime in and join in and just get some good coaching under your belt, this is also a great plan for you. It's 2 live calls. We talk for at least an hour. You guys know if you're open to staying on the call longer, we'll do that. The last call of the month, it's pretty awesome, because we'll open it up for an additional hour for live Q&A with your questions, and you get to hang out with me, and I'm just very excited. Okay. So there we have it. And then we also have the premium. Now listen to me. The premium membership package is only for the startup section of the business. Some people have been in this industry for a very long time. They've been recruiting, or they've started their own business, or they've been recruiting, or they've been doing business development, and they're looking to start this as a business. They don't need the ins and outs on how to do the daily operations. They already have the daily operations. What they need is the beginning phases, the startup, the legal, the funding, the marketing and the branding, and all of that. And I even have an orientation piece in there. That's what the $49.99 is all about. Okay, it's really awesome. It's how to start the business, all the things that you need. There are links you can click right on. And I have a separate video that's published that walks you all the way through the academy, and you can just kind of dive through there. You learn how to niche, and just all of the great things that you need. You get how to build your social media networks, how to brand your business, logo, website, landing pages, infographics, but also and how to brand and how to market the business, how to market and advertise the business. That is for the $49 per month. And let me tell you, you want to stay on monthly, because after we go in and record all the videos, and there are some live videos already up there, there's content already up there, but I want to do the live videos with you guys so that you're learning while I'm doing. I like to just do things with people. I already told you that. Okay. So so after you really can't launch this business without this section, to be honest with you, because you definitely don't want to just get legal and just start dialing. You got to have a brand. We're in 2015. You got to have a brand. So this is for the premium membership, and then you also get access to the telecalls. Okay, all the telecalls you get access to. Also, we have a quarterly jam session where we talk about your successes and your failures, and that's going to be amazing when we have our first one. And so, oh my gosh, like, because we have people that have done some amazing things, and this is where you can actually hear other people and get motivated and get, I want to, yeah, y'all know, you see me screaming, y'all already know it's going to be like fire, right? We're going to be so amped up. Okay, so that's the $49.99 monthly, and also, I want to tell you that we have a master class that's going to be coming out in the fall, and so that $49.99 premium, if you are, if you may not need it every month, but I'll tell you, there are always going to be new things that are going to be added, and the master class will be going out throughout the entire platform. And so let's talk about the entire platform. Okay, let's talk about the entire platform. $297. It's billed quarterly, which is only 99 bucks a month. Okay, and you get access to the entire academy. You are considered to be a VIP member. Okay, and the cool thing is not only do we just talk about the startup and the orientation of the business and the how to brand and market and advertise your business, but we talk about how to conduct business development, which is what this video was about. We talk about finding the candidate and building the relationship, and we talk about sourcing and researching, and we talk about landing the job order, negotiating the job order, and we talk about I can't even, I mean, I'm so excited. It's how to find candidates and clients via social media. We talk about marketing and branding and building businesses, and more than just picking up that phone. I give you 7 to 9 different methods of how to develop business. We talk about negotiating the offer, not just negotiating the contract with the client, but negotiating the offer, the right to represent, when to use it, how to use it. We talk about the fee agreements and the forms and how to use those. We talk about strategy and, analytics to growing your business. We talk about metrics and how to define the growth of your, the whole ordeal. I want you guys to grow with me. Okay, when I originally started Staffingpreneurs Academy, I just thought I would go in and just copy everything from the manual, from the owner's manual, and just sit and record 1,000 videos. And let me tell you, the love that I get from you, people are signing up so much, I don't have the time to do it. But this is something that has to be done. So I decided, let's do it together. Okay, and now you're gonna get video, at least for the next 3 months. You're gonna have an opportunity to get videos nonstop, and that's well worth way more than $297 or $49 or even $19 for the teleconference calls. If you're serious about this business and you believe in your heart that things can change, there's a guy in California who did $900,000 his first year working a full-time job. Okay, there's a young lady I keep talking about in Wisconsin who did $30,000 her first month. Okay, I have people who've done, $30,000 in 6 months. That's still more than what you're doing now potentially. You really, if you just have to believe that you can do this and don't allow, other people's thoughts, other people, what they say, don't allow it. The numbers are real. They're real. Okay, and they're as real as you believe them to be. If you believe those numbers cannot be real, then they're not going to be for you. And I'm just going to open up the calculator, because like I say, you've got to see the numbers, you've got to believe the numbers, you've got to know the numbers. Okay, and I'm going to delete this number right here. I want to show you. I want to show you right here. Even at a lower salary of $80,000 a year on the direct hire or on the permanent side, you charge your client $20,000. That's a $16,000 check. Okay, I got to pull my calculator up, because if you find a great niche like a data scientist, and you place a data science for scientist for 80,000, and you really niche those data scientists and build those relationships with those data scientists, and you build that network on the direct hire side, you could place 5 of those folks at 20,000. I mean, you could place more, but I'm saying in 1 month, let's say you placed 5 data scientists at 80,000. 5 times 80,000. 1, 2, 3, right there. You're talking, what is that? 400. Is that right? Did I do that right? Let me do the numbers again. 5 times 80,000. Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing I did that wrong. Hold on. 5 times I'm sorry, 16,000. I was about to say, wait a minute, because that's what your fee is going to be. 16,000. You're talking about $80,000 per month. If you could just keep, we're going to place 5 a month. You're talking 80,000 a month, right? Times 12. That's what niching does with you. That's almost $1 million. That's just on the direct hire side. That's not even on the contract side. That's not even on the contract side. This business is real. You can do this. You just got to strategize. You got to be able to build relationships, and you got to be open to research. And if you're open to those 3 things, you can do this business with your eyes closed, and business development will look very different for you. Okay. Now that was just there. Now let's take this. This was a sample that I was using for a couple who are starting their own ER staffing agency. Okay, doctors and nurses in an emergency room, and they were talking about a bill rate being somewhere about $380,000, and the pay rate being around $240 an hour that they're paying the doctors. That right there, that's at a 36% markup. They're bringing home $140 an hour. Oh my gosh! Let's just see, one person. That's $5,000 a week. That's not even including. Where's my calculator? You know, what you're bringing in monthly, right? That's 16,000. They're doing about 24,000 a month. Can you see what I'm saying? Okay, and then we say the first year average, if you can maintain 25 people on billing, we're talking about 140,000 per week, 606,000 per month, 7.2 million per year. Not. I mean, come on. Do you see? This can be real for you. I'm telling you, you guys, y'all keep playing. I'm going to go back. I'm shutting the coaching business down, and I'm going to go back and recruit full time, because it show you guys how to do it. Because it's all in how you think. It's all in your mentality. It's all in how you feel. If you can believe it and feel it, this business can be yours. Business development can be easy. And it should not be a worry or concern for you, but yet a challenge and an exciting challenge on how you can do better than the next person, and understand, change your life and somebody else's life at the same time. You can't beat that. And that's just 2 streams of income. I haven't even gotten to the point where I show you how you can take this business online and really make it amazing. We haven't even gotten there yet, but you'll find that at Staffingpreneurs Academy. And I'm not trying to sell the academy per se, but I just want you to know that you have a resource, and you can come to the academy and you can shop and you can buy products that will help you grow this industry. You can listen to a teleconference, ask questions, learn via webinars. You can work with, you can join 300 other, and if you keep fooling with D. Williams, it'll be 1 million of us on here making millions of dollars together and growing and internally, within ourselves, and growing other people around us as well. I mean, it can be a beautiful thing if you fool around with D, right? Listen, guys, I have talked way too long. My client is probably waiting for me. I've got to go. I just want you to know that I absolutely love you, and that I absolutely am happy that you're watching this video. And I cannot express to you how humbled, how humbled that I really am that, from the love and the energy that I receive. I try to answer my phone. I have to hire an answering service at this point because my office is all over the world, and I have employees everywhere. So I don't have a physical office unless I want one. But I have to have somebody answer my phones now. But I asked her to forward every call to me first, from Staffingpreneurs Academy, a recruitment store, Identifies Consulting. I want to talk to you if I can. If I'm not training, I want to be able to talk to you. So feel free to reach out to me, 866-432-8801. You can press the button to ask for D. Williams exclusively. If I am able to speak to you, I definitely will. If I am not, please leave a message. When I have a chance, I will get back with you. I am genuinely in love with anyone who is interested in starting this business, starting a business. You can go to my website. I'm going to pull it up. Because I am all about inspiring. I guess y'all can see that, and motivating people. I don't know if this is the right one. Hold on. And motivating people. Okay, great. To be their best, to use their creative energy and to create the world that they really want to have, and they can do that by starting by taking the reign, taking control of their life, and starting a business, because it'll just empower you. Okay, you see my fat face. Okay, y'all, I'm going natural here. All right, so y'all like my new cut? I might have some braids one day. I might have a little bun or a ponytail, but I'm going natural. And so y'all wish me luck on my new photo shoot. All right, let me just see here. I just want to go down and tell you this. The reason why I was coming here is because not just the recruiting and staffing industry am I excited about, but I'm also excited about helping you just start a business. Now, I think one of my videos are just going to start live, but if you go to my website, d-williams.com or d-williams.com, you'll see that you're able to register for my webinar. And I have a webinar at least once a month. And this one is coming up May 1st. So if you have an opportunity to get in. And let's have some fun. Let's learn how to start a business in general. Let's learn how to take your business idea that you have now to the next level. I do have a radio show that's coming back out again starting in May. It's the D. Williams Radio Show. It will be on Blog Talk Radio, and I'll send information out about that because I am beyond passionate about us tapping into our creative energies and unleashing our ideas. That is how this world evolves. So passion, yes, recruiting and staffing, but I want to see you do it all. And I'm constantly traveling and constantly learning new ways and hearing from people. They're telling me all the different ways that they are starting businesses, and the things that people are doing is just absolutely amazing. I want to share with you. I want to hear your stories. Let's all grow together. Let's love together. Let's grow together. Let's share our positive energy. All right. I don't know what else to tell you. I think I've kind of talked you out today. I love you guys. And I am very excited. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Okay. Follow Staffingpreneurs Academy. It's Staffingpreneur. Also follow me. I'm at #1 Networker, D. Williams. I do follow people back that have something to say that's in a positive space. So follow me. I'll follow you back. Also, Facebook and YouTube and Vine and social media. Y'all know D. Williams. I'm all about the love and the positive energy and, and just loving y'all. And I do, and I love you so much. And I'm so thankful for you. And I want you to have an absolutely amazing day. Don't forget to leave a comment under this video. I don't care where this is posted at. Leave a comment Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Share it with a friend. Ah, I would scream. Share it with a friend. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see all my videos because I always got something coming out. And I've done a lot of training sessions online, and people have allowed me to record. And we're going to pull some of those training sessions and share them with you guys on the Academy. Some will also be on the YouTube channel, so subscribe. Motivational videos. I'm being booked all over the world at this moment for motivational speaking events just to inspire people, getting them revved up. So you can definitely catch a lot of those videos. You'll see the footage and some of the past footage that I've done that we've already started putting out there. You know, the radio is out there. Y'all look out for for me on TV, because you know that's where I'm headed, just to give us something different, give us a fresh perspective. I'm a pretty easygoing person, as you can see. What you see is what you get. And so I really just want to share my energy, and I really want to show the world that there are a lot of people out there like me that still believe, and that, you know, we're not about the nonsense. I'm not, you know, we're not all about the other craziness out there, but we really are about just bringing the world together, inspiring us, and sharing that love and that energy. And that is really what I'm all about. And so I just want to just take another moment, just say thank you. I will see you guys soon. I'm cutting it off. I love you. Mwah! Sending some positive light and energy your way. Bye.